Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Don't know it's still good afternoon or good evening, but okay. And thanks very much for inviting me to this very interesting meeting. I may be a little bit naive in the comments that I will make because I'm not an expert. I'm an analogic native, and because of my age, I can just be converted to the very elementary use of technologies rather than being an expert. But I would like, first of all, to commend and to thank very much the work of IT Change because they have been contributing a lot to open our view on what it is this digital transformation that is involving all of us. For this work, this declaration on the feminist digital justice, but more broadly for the work that IT Change has been doing, and I'm very proud to say that we have been able to cooperate also in addressing the issue about how workers can be active in this digital transition with the support of IT Change. I think that we need to realize, and I assume we are all on the same page on that data are the new gold, are the gold of the third millennium, the oil of the third millennium. You know, health is there, wealth is there. And then we need to understand that all the possible attacks on commodification of data is to make business. That's the fact. And we need to approach this issue being aware that it is first of all an economic, a class, and a gender fight that we need to fight. I think that there's important aspects that are addressed here. How we need to work together and to have a common vision on the use of data, the realization of a digital era where our society continue to maintain, this civic, I would say, ethical behavior that we need to ensure democracy to our societies, because what I see at stake is democracy, really. And this is at the very foundation of this. So I think that we need to talk explicitly about the fact that yes, there's an issue of protection of data, but there's an issue, more important issue, about collective ownership of data. That's the real point. We cannot leave data as something that can be commodified, that can be purchased on any sort of platform. To do that, we need to claim the fact that there is a public duty, a public responsibility of governments. And if I may say something, I think that this part is not, well, can be strengthened in the declaration, because it's not just about creating a community, creating, as we say here, I don't want to, where is digital state grounded in a feminist social contract. Yes, indeed, but we also need to call on the responsibility of governments, because any time that there is, and since the very beginning, you know, because what I'm watching from my perspective is that any time that any sort of government, no matter the color of the tendency, are starting their digital transition, they make public procurement simply outsourcing the work, not taking into account how to protect not only data, but their own know-how. And this is weakening the power of the government, of the public administration, to keep its function. Is surely about protection of public services, but more importantly, it's about the protection of public functions that not always are in evident public services. Let's think, I mean, not only to the privatization of health services, but how to use health data. And this for women is crucial, is fundamental. Think, for instance, how can be used in a government that is prohibiting abortion, the fact that is known that a woman is ending her pregnancies. Or think about how can be used informations and data about security, or about the use of currency, apart the fact that with cryptocurrencies, the function of the governments to control the use of its currency is already at stake. So I think that these are things that cannot be avoided, even for us, from a gender perspective. I think it's very important to read also this function with a feminist gender approach. There's an issue which is maybe not the most important, but as it is in the climate crisis, on the environmental issues, there's of course responsibility of the states, of the collectivities, but there's also an individual responsibilities. And I'm wondering how many times voluntarily we provide data, we provide information, no, without even considering that we are, you know, giving very important informations that can be traded without our permission, I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I'm not using Facebook. I was blocked on Twitter. I don't know why, but I was blocked on Twitter. I don't use social media, no, and I don't allow my mobile phone to have my face recognition because I'm trying to protect myself as much as I can. Of course, to enter the United States, I have to take my glasses out and put my fingerprint on the machine. But yes, this is something that we need to think about because it's also through our individual habits that we can make a change in that situation. I think that having a right-based approach is crucial to build a digital democracy where the gender aspect is considered and is at the basis of a new society, new community. But this cannot happen if we are not able, if we are not able to involve people, to involve our sisters around the world. And this I would like, if you allow me, I would like to invite all of us together to try to find a language that is more understandable by the big public, the broad public. We need to recognize that here we are an elite somehow, yeah? And we are used to a certain language that seems natural to us, or to many of us, but if we want to succeed in this challenge that is very high, we need to be able to translate those principles in a language that everyone can understand. And I think this is a democratic exercise that we need to do if we want to be successful in this work. We are here as PSI very much committed to do that, and we are keen to continue to work together in that direction and to bring the experience of women workers within the feminist movement and to create this osmosis, you say? Yeah. That is enriching all of us from different parts. And I would like to conclude on this note, inviting all of you on Friday at 12:30 to the church centers, where we as PSI are going to have our own event that is on gender transformative digital New Deal, where we will continue this conversation, and I hope we will be able to have all of you contributing to our discussion.
Thank you.